Happy Fragrant Friday for Raghead. Hey everybody, this is Ben here at That Cologne Guy, coming at you indeed with episode 200. That is right, episode 200, you heard it. In this episode, I'm going to talk about milestones, celebrations, shoutouts, updates, announcements, and indeed, of course, a giveaway. Before I start, let me just quickly say, I can't tell if you can see in the lighting. If it looks like I'm sweating, I do apologize. It's because I am. I just got ready for the day, and it is mid-November, okay, and we are in mid-70s temperatures. So it is roasting for this time of year. Very odd indeed. I have just a little window of time each week in which I can record, and it's now. And so I do apologize if you can see that. So with that out of the way, let's dive in. So, I'll start right off the bat with the number 200. If you had told me a long time ago, when I was very young and got my first bottle of Brut 33 with the chain around it, if you had told that kid that later on he will have tried 200 of the finest fragrances on earth, I don't think that he would have believed it. It is absolutely incredible. I've said before, most of my 20s and 30s, I had indeed one bottle a year, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. I thought that was great. And so now, well, it's just an embarrassment of riches that I have experienced, and I really appreciate that. It's because all of your recommendations and suggestions, and so I really appreciate that. When this is all said and done, I will have reviewed over 200 of the world's finest fragrances. So I sincerely thank you for that. It means a lot to me. I have thoroughly enjoyed every single review that I've done, now more than ever. And so it means a lot to me. Episode 200, I really appreciate that. I will keep chugging, but as I said, in the end, when you take out the top 10s and all the other episodes like this one, when it comes to single fragrance reviews, I probably will have done over 200. And so I don't know what to say other than I thank you, and I really appreciate your recommendations and suggestions. Second thing is, since a couple weeks ago, you guys noted this. I haven't said anything because I wanted to save it to this episode. And I also wanted to save it just in case people unsubscribed. I am pretty controversial. And I think if we can all agree on one thing, this channel is extremely controversial and cutting edge. But I do have every once in a while somebody unsubscribe. And so when a couple weeks ago, I went over the 1,000 subscriber mark, and I was so touched because I didn't say anything, but many of you reached out either in comments or in my DM in Instagram and wished me a happy 1,000 subscriber. And I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you to note that because I didn't say anything. But here, I will say we are safely over the hump now. And so we can celebrate that today. So we hit the 1K mark, and I really do appreciate that very, very much indeed. I was so happy when I hit the 100 subscriber mark because that got me my own URL so I could tell people go to That Cologne Guy. And here I am now at 1,000 subscribers. So I do really, really appreciate that as well. It means a lot to me. So the third thing, I guess, would be I do have a couple of shout outs. Let me start with the channels first. So let me just say, I don't want to mention some of my fellow YouTubers and also some of the people that have sent me samples over the years, and then they have small business. I don't want to mention, and only because I'd be mortified if I forgot to list somebody. So here's what I'm going to do. I want you to check out in the description box the YouTubers that have tagged me. We've done collabs, we've worked together over the years, and that would mean a lot to me if you could subscribe to them. And or would be some of them don't have YouTube channels, but they have a small business, and I will leave that link. And if you if you could support their business, that would be great. And these are people that have reached out over the years, and I'm very appreciative of that because I am a small yet spirited and highly independent channel. So that always means a lot to me because I don't get stuff sent by companies or anything like that. Many people have reached out and offered to send samples, and I am always genuinely, or full bottles, and I'll get to that in a second. And I'm always genuinely touched by that. So they are down in the description box. Please subscribe to them or consider their business, whatever the case may be. Then the other shout outs, of course, have to go to Brian and Julio. So let me just say real quick, Brian, I said before, Brian reached out a while back now and said, I'd like to send you something. And I've had that before, and people send samples, and he's like, no, I don't mean samples. I mean full blown bottles. And so he sent me a few bottles over the years, and I have sent a few back. But I really appreciate what he did for the channel. It means a lot to me. He watches almost every week, if not every week, and he has been very dedicated and added a lot to the channel. And I have thoroughly enjoyed reviewing those, and I appreciate Brian very, very much. And let me the next. Everyone talks about how cool Julio is. I've never met him. Okay, I don't know. Okay, everyone. So Julio, if you're watching, everyone loves your spelling style. It's always all in caps, and it's just a really cool way that he spells, and he's just got a flair about him that everyone really likes. He's charismatic. So Julio, people like that about you. So I don't know if I wonder if he's speaking and that's what is catching up, or if that's how whatever it is, it works. Keep doing it, Julio, and I really appreciate your support each week. He always chimes in, and he always puts his scent of the day. And I must tell you, that guy has an incredible collection. So kudos to you, Julio. The second thing I'll say about these guys here with Brian and Julio, let me just say one thing. You can talk about Jeremy Fragrance all you want. You can talk about some of the big YouTube reviewers all you want. Here's the thing, though. Brian started sending me stuff, and just about that same time, the Atlanta Braves won the World Series. Okay, so he's in Georgia. Okay, the University of Georgia won the national championship and are still number one to this day, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Is it a coincidence? I think not. Okay, am I suggesting that I had something to do with this? Okay, let me just say, as we speak right now, the Atlanta Falcons are in first place, or at least were as of last week. They might be tied for first, or at least they were in first place last week. So come on. Atlanta Falcons were in first, possibly still are. I think the Buccaneers now are, but Atlanta Braves won a World Series, and the University of Georgia went number one and won a national championship. Am I suggesting that I indeed pulled some strings, worked my magic? I think you can kind of read between the lines. Second thing is Julio. Julio is the pride of Maryland, and so Julio. Let me just say, Baltimore Orioles. I mean, the Baltimore Orioles, since he started watching my channel, the Baltimore Orioles had a winning record. It's their first winning record, I think, since the mid-90s, if I'm not mistaken. And so that's what I'm saying. He chimes in and starts watching my channel, and the Baltimore Orioles, of all teams, do exceptionally well. Am I, again, suggesting, that I worked some magic? Am I suggesting with my connections, I made some under-the-table deals? I'm not saying that, okay? But I think, again, you can see a running theme here, all right? So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate you guys, and I say you guys because they specifically said I could give them shout-outs. If you watch me every week, or if you've watched me over the years, I really want to take a moment to say thank you so much, and I really appreciate. I'm touched that you would sit down and watch an episode, especially because I know I'm supposed to do the 5 to 7 minute thing every couple days. I know I'm supposed to go like, oh my God, amazing, right? And let's just do it, okay? I know I'm supposed to go like, oh my God, Oh my God, red tobacco, EDP. Oh, it's hashtag amazeballs. I know I'm supposed to do that. I know I'm supposed to end after 2, 3, 4, 5, maximum 7 minutes. And I know I'm supposed to put episodes out every 2 to 3 days. I just don't like that. Okay. I like doing it every Friday. I like doing my episodes approximately 25 to 30 minutes. I like to really delve into a fragrance. I am the anti-YouTube YouTuber. Okay. And so, I really appreciate that, because it's one thing to watch somebody for 2 or 3 minutes when they spray and just say, yeah, I like it. Or a company sends them stuff and they just say, yeah, this is great. I've been sponsored and this is wonderful. Go get it. It's another thing, though, when you have somebody like me who has to really sit down and take a look at this fragrance when you're considering on getting it. And walk through the nomenclature, the history, the parfumé, everything. And I just really appreciate that you guys would watch that. I don't do a lot of like top 10. I don't do episodes like, what women want in guys for fragrance. I know I need to turn up the heat with stuff like that. But I just enjoy what I have done over the years. And so it really means a lot that you would sit down and watch even one episode, let alone many. So thank you very much for doing that. I really appreciate that. Now, let's get to the giveaway. I do have a couple things I want to say with regard to the channel. We talked about announcements and updates. So thank you very much for over 200, soon to be over 200 episodes. And thank you very much for the 1,000 subscriber mark. I really appreciate that. And then the next thing before the giveaways, let me just say, as far as the channel is concerned, I have decided to hang up my skates. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, he's going to do it right now. So here's what I'm going to do with regard to the channel. I had set some milestones this year that I really wanted to hit. And this was kind of a make or break year for me. I wanted to sit back. I've talked to a number of you privately, and I've hinted at this anyway. But I set some milestones that I absolutely wanted to hit for me to really, dive in and get the 4K camera and, with the little, feathery microphone on top. I know I need to get all that stuff. I'm kind of old school. I need to get better lighting. I need to be like a real YouTuber. And so I took this year, I wanted to sit back, and I did hit one of them, which was, of course, the 1,000 subscriber mark. But I'm not going to hit some of the others. And so I am going to step down. What I'm going to do is my last episode will be March 31st of next year. So that's March 31st, 2023. And I will put it out just a few minutes before April Fool's Day. I can't resist. I simply can't resist ending on a high note with some humor. So we will end the channel on a high note with lots of humor and laughter. I will keep the channel open. And one thing next week I'll be doing is I'm going to meet with Dr. Goo. You guys know we have once a month we have a chat, and we're going to flip it, meaning he's going to invite me. So you'll probably see he'll tag me at some point next Friday. And so if you are checking that out, that will be Friday, November 18th, and that is 1 p.m. Central is what we're looking at for a live stream. So he will tag me eventually, and we're going to flip it. Usually I invite him, but he's going to invite me to his channel as we kind of transition away from this one. So I'm gonna. He says he'll have me on in the future, and so I will keep that Cologne Guy YouTube channel open. But I won't be doing any more episodes after March 31st. I have enough material to get me over the next 3, 4, 5 months. I have enough reviews to do. I have enough top 10s, ideas that I want to pursue, and then and by the way, for the 34 of you that have made it this far, I always want to say too, part of it is it's definitely because of the content, and I love what I do, but it's also because when I first started the channel, since the pandemic hit, unfortunately, the pandemic was really nasty on my waistline. I don't know if that was the case for you guys. Wow. It's a little jaw-dropping every once in a while. And so I am determined by March 31st, I am determined that I will be back to the exact same weight I was when I started this channel, or less. You will see that it will happen. So if you don't care about cologne and you just want to be part of my weight loss journey, as they say, then let me know. But I am determined to do that. That will be happening. I don't know about, like I said, I admire you guys that do not have fluctuating weight, but for those of us that do, and it's always quite a struggle. And I'm very happy that the pandemic is over, because that was tough on me. Now, on my waistline, I should say. Now, speaking of the pandemic, this channel will always be linked to the pandemic from 2019 to 2022, and I really appreciate your support during that time. And what means a lot to me is if my episodes helped out at all during times when people were in areas that were just completely shut down, and they sat down and had a That Cologne Guy marathon, well, then my work here is complete, because that means a lot to me indeed. So that's the channel. I will be, like I said, I have enough material. I'll do every Friday, or almost every Friday, up until the end of March. I'll keep it open, and let me know if you have any thoughts or suggestions. Now, here, I did want to say a couple things, too, before I get to the giveaway. My scent of the day is Mancera Red Tobacco. One of the episodes I have to do before I end, right, is the favorite houses. Come on. I mean, these guys, perhaps not the most original, I don't know, but I don't care. They are amazing. I love red tobacco, and I'm going to be wearing that juice today, and so I can already guarantee it's going to be a great, great day. In my giveaway, of course, I have to do the continental, the upper 48, the continental U.S., so the 48 states, so no Hawaii, no Alaska, for the giveaway. And I have many, many subscribers that are outside of the U.S., and I always really appreciate that. One time I did this earlier with these Atelier postcards, and the day that I sent all the postcards out, they were to countries all over the world, and that was so cool to me. So here's what I'd like to do in the next, if you see this, why don't we just say before, let's just say before December 1st. How's that? If you see this before December 1st, if you've watched a lot of my episodes and you do not qualify for the giveaway because you're not in the continental U.S., by all means, please reach out to me, send me a DM in That Cologne Guy, and I would love to send you an Atelier postcard. I'm going to be reviewing, I've got about 7-8 more left to do of this Atelier samples, and so they come with a really cool postcard. And I did this, I had 15 samples, and I did half of them. And as you can see here, each one comes with a really cool postcard. I would love to send you a note of thanks in the form of a fragrance postcard. If you've watched me over the years and I simply can't send you the giveaway, if you don't qualify, or even if you do, even if you're in the U.S. and you've just watched me a lot and would love to receive something in the mail, I would love to send you a postcard. So go to That Cologne Guy on Instagram and send me a DM and give me your snail mail, your mailing address, and I will get that out around mid-December. Okay, so if you, again, before December 1st, by all means, let me know. I would love to send that to you. Now, let's get to the giveaway. I have a bottle of Halston Z14. This is a 6.7 200 milliliter. Now, so you might think, okay, so what's the deal? I've had this quite a while, and I've used about maybe, 5%, so it's about 95% full. I love this stuff. I bought it I keep buying the bottle, and I've gone through a few now. Here's the thing about it. It smells fantastic. I'm just not going to get to this. I'm not going to get to it because, as I've said earlier, now that I review so many fragrances, I don't even hardly wear the ones that I have in my own collection. I have the Terre d'Hermès that I've barely even touched, and that is criminal. Okay, so I'm just not going to be able to get to this one, and I would like to give this away. So if you would like this 95% full, 6.7 ounce, so that's 200 milliliter juice bottle of Halston Z14, then I will send it to you. But the only, again, stipulation is that you have to live in the upper 48. You have to live in the continental U.S., so no Alaska, no Hawaii. And then the other stipulation is I'd like you to put your scent of the day in comments. You can put your scent of the day, and that will tell me that that's what you and just put something like I would like it. Just put something besides the scent of the day that I know that you want to be included in the giveaway. It's not going to be entirely random. So what I'm going to do is I will first sit back and look and see if anybody who watches and has commented a ton over the years, I will send that to them. It's only fair that somebody who has left a lot of comments over the years and really supported the channel, I will look at that in the first round, and if that's not the case, and it's probably not going to be the case, because let me tell you something, the people who comment every week, they have like 200, 300, 400 bottles of fragrance. It's ridiculous. So they probably do not need this. And then what I'll do after that is I'll sit back, and then I do have a random app, and then I'll just put that in there and see what happens, and then we'll see who wins. So that's the giveaway, 6.7 ounce Halston Z14. Let me know if you would like that. And then, like I said, please let me know if you would like me to send a postcard in the next few months. I think it'd be great. I would love the opportunity to say thank you personally for watching my channel and supporting me over the years. You know, I started this channel in 17, so that means I will have done it for 6 years. On top of that, I started doing YouTube editing for my daughter. She wanted to be a YouTube star when I started out, and I was her editor, and I started in 2015. That was her first episode, and she has since stopped. And she said, you know, that she felt like she did all she wanted to do with her channel, and I've kept going until now. I really enjoyed doing that, but for the longest time, both of us would do episodes at the same time, and that was a lot of fun. So that was 2015 when I started editing her videos, so that means I will have done this, at least the editing portion, for a whopping 8 years. So it's been an incredible ride. I've had so much fun doing this. I really look forward to it each week. And I just wanted to say again, thank you very much for episode 200. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for always supporting the channel. Let me know about the postcard, the giveaway. I will put the YouTube and small businesses, I will put those in the description box. Please make sure you subscribe to their channels. They are genuine, wonderful people who reached out to me at times when, you know, I had a very, very small channel. And they just love fragrance for the sake of loving fragrance. You do see in the YouTube reviewer community a high level of superficiality and a high level of people who are sponsored, and everyone wants to get to know the heavy hitters and things like that. And it's wonderful to know people who actually really just are here because of their love of fragrance, which is why I'm here. So I really appreciate that. Make sure you give them some love. I enjoy doing the shout outs. Thanks again to Julio and to Brian and all of the other members of the Cologne crew who have watched me over 5 years. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Looking forward to next week with Dr. Goo. And always remember, my friends, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody. Okay, so I couldn't resist for the bonus feature. I couldn't resist actually taking a walk down memory lane and doing the sprays. Of course, this isn't a review, but I just love doing that so much. So this is Mancera Red Tobacco, which is just phenomenal. So we are going to do 5 out of 5 sprays for this guy easily. I'm going to go 1 on each side of the neck, 1 on each wrist, and 1, how about back? Nah, let's do 1 right on the chest. Red Tobacco, Mancera, another fragrance that is guaranteed to make your day great. Don't have much left. Boom. And boom. Ah, yeah. The whole room smells like red tobacco. Absolutely love rocking this juice. I'll see you next week on Dr. Goo's Chat. Take care, everybody.